Hi everyone, today I want to show you the Hey Chick collection of products. This has been out since February 1st for customers, and I kept meaning to post or do a video on the collection because it is super cute, but then I just kept making things with it. I kept, before deciding what I wanted to do a video about, I'd say, let me try a birthday card, let me try this card or that card, and then I realized, I'm never gonna make a video because I just keep making cards and it's so fun. And anyway, I want to share it with you, and we'll make one card together. There's so many that I want to show you that I want to show you all the things that I've made, and then we'll make one card together, and hopefully, and I'll post all these individually up at my blog so that you can get stills of all of these. They'll also be on my Pinterest page. So it's just a really fun set, and maybe you recognize it. So this stamp set, Hey Chick, was a celebration, and we have celebration going on right now. And so exactly celebration this time of year in 2017, I believe it was, the Hey Chick was a free stamp set with purchase. And so it's just really cute, and people really liked it. And I saw so many, especially this little guy, he's so funny, peeking out of little peekaboo cards and little shaker cards, just all kinds of stuff with these really silly little chickens. And they were really fun to use back then. And so Stampin' Up, apparently it's one of the best selling stamp sets from Celebration. The best, and not really selling because it was free with purchase, but it was a really popular one. And so they brought it back, but guess what they did? They brought back a die to go with it. Now this was not offered back then, so maybe you have this in your collection, so you don't need to get this again. These new dies match this set. Now if you missed it the first time around, you didn't get this for Celebration, this is back. You can buy it now. And these dies, you can buy them together, and they're so fun. And I want to show you these dies because, I mean, truly, they're amazing. You do, of course, have a die to cut out all 4 of your chicks. And that's great. So you've got the egg and the little silly guy with the crazy hair and these 2 little chicks. But look at all the extras. There's this little branch here that makes a corn, like a stalk. And then these little, I don't know what you call that part around the corn, and then the actual corn itself. There's a little tree stump. There's some eggs. There's some chicken wire. There's a sign. There's little seeds. There's, oh, these little hash marks here. Oh, and this little guy here. This is like a coop. So just really fun, silly. Imagine what you can do with it. Just so silly. So anyway, it was a really popular one. It's back. And if you already have this, you're halfway there. Just get the dies. And you're going to want them because they're so fun. Now, to make it even better, they designed a coordinating stamp set. So here's the original, and here's the guy with the silly hair, and then like, what is he up to now? So now he's eating a cupcake, and then this little guy, he hatched. See, so now here he is, and now he's hatched. This one is now dancing, and this one, who was just kind of like looking over his shoulder, is now flying away with a balloon. So funny. And then there's dies for that. So this die set doesn't have as many dies as this one, but you've got a die for all 4 chickens again, and then you've got a fun fence. You've got this is like streamers, a little bag of seed corn or something. This says happy birthday, and there's a little chick and a bow tie. So it's super cute, and you can get all 4. And it's just such a fun little collection. I really like it, and I think that it's got a lot of possibilities with things you may already have. Like maybe you have this Darling Donkeys. Now this one is a free set for this year. So if you spend $50, Darling Donkeys could be free. Now there's a lot of selections that can be free. You don't have to choose Darling Donkeys, but just you can think about using this little donkey, and you can put him with the fence and the seed corn. So you can just think about how you can create a scene with, the little sign. The little donkey can have a sign, or, he could be by a stump in the corn. So because it kind of has that little farm feel. So you can use it with the Darling Donkeys. Another set that might be fun to use with it is Ride the Range. You can put little cornfield behind the cows and the seed bags. Anyway, I just thought it was kind of a fun little, I think the dies are fun. I think they're super cute. This corn is really fun. I'm going to show you all the dies in use. Okay, so first up, let's see. This one is using the original Chickie, And here's that corn, and it's got that sign. So look at that corn I was talking about. Isn't that fun? The little corn, you can kind of build a scene. And then the little hash mark, it's hard to see on video, I bet. But these little, this die here creates little hash marks, and it's a little texture for your ground. Okay, and I've got the sign here. Now the fence is from the other die. So it's just a really fun little, hey chick. Now right now I haven't been seeing a lot of my friends or a lot of my stampers, and it's, you know, really kind of one of those times when sending a card for no reason is perfect. So hey chick, have a happy day. It's great for right now, right? You want to say hi to people that you're not talking to. So really cute. Now here is a birthday. So you've got all your little birthday chicks. This one didn't make the cut on this card. But I've got the streamers here, some sequins. I like this little confetti background. So you've got that. And happy birthday and streamers you're going to use all the time. In fact, I have a card coming up where I show you how I'm using the dies with no chicks whatsoever. So anyway, super cute little birthday card, and you can do that any color combination. Here I used watercolor pencils. That's another thing about this set that I really like, is I like to color. So you can use watercolor techniques. I'm using watercolor pencils on this one. I used watercolor pencils on this one as well. I just feel like I use my Stampin' Blends a lot, so I got out my pencils to play around with, and so that's what I use for both of these. Okay, and then this one has that corn. Look at the and I'm using these little chickies. And the corn is so fun. It just looks so, I don't know. I can just imagine a scrapbook page with a lot, like a trip to the farm with the kids. We have lots of those because we go to visit grandparents in Iowa. So there's lots of pictures of corn. Anyway, so this is kind of cute. And little chicks. And then here's a little Let's Celebrate You. And I was thinking this could even be for a new baby. You know, you could put something different here about a new baby, because you've got this little chick being born and he's all happy, celebration of his new life. Here's another one with the little baby chicks. Now I didn't design all of these. Some of these are right from the flyer. So if you look online, you'll see a flyer, and a lot of these you'll recognize. But it's fun when you use the stamps exactly as they did in the flyer, because it kind of lets you get to know the stamps, lets you see what they thought of, and then that'll give you some creativity to use on your own. So this one I did on my own. And this one I used watercolor pencils even for the background. For example, this corn, I wanted it to not look like cardstock like this one. And so I gave it some fun texture by using watercolor pencils on a piece of Whisper White and just kind of scribbling some different tones of green and different yellows for the corn, and that gave it this fun texture, and that way it kind of matched. And I even did that on the fence and the chick. So I've got him, and I got him on a little wood grain background. It's really fun. This is one of those send to a friend you haven't seen in a while. So I like that. Okay, that one I think I showed. This one, just a little hey chick. That's just kind of in my brain. I was just doing a lot of just no reason at all cards. So this one's really simple, and it's got that chicken wire from this die. That's fun. You can do that in like a foil paper maybe even. Here's a little birthday balloon, little chick. This one I used blender pens. Another thing I hadn't used in a long time. I used ink and my blender pens to color this one in. I think there was a sample on this at Stampin' Up. They used watercolor, which is something I do constantly, and I was trying to mix it up a little bit and use watercolor pencil and blender pens. But that's fun. It's fun to color this set. I really liked it. Here's a birthday, and I like this birthday die because I can imagine using this happy birthday die in place of a happy birthday stamp on multiple things, with or without chickens. This is a nice die to have right here. It's a good size. You can add it to a scrapbook page or a card, and it's not too big, not too small. Really cute. And here's the little chickie. Now this one I did with the blender pens. Okay, now here I wanted to do Easter, because in one of the dies I saw these little eggs, and I thought they were cute. They have kind of built-in speckles on them. They're little pressured areas that kind of get embossed when you run it through your machine. So it's fun, and it cuts two out at the same time. They're not really attached. It cuts them out separately. So I cut a bunch of those out, and I just kind of sponged them, and then I cut out this little chick. See, he's another little die. I've got this cute little chick here, and I thought he looked like a little Easter chick. So I used it with the dies only, no stamps. Now this Easter blessing is from a stamp set called Itty Bitty Greetings, which has like greetings for every, and they're small, so they're perfect for little tags like this. And it's got them for, you know, Christmas, Easter, all kinds of stuff. So that's kind of a great stamp set to have. And just a little nest made out of linen thread. Background here is that Playing with Patterns designer series paper. Here's a little thank you. Hey chick, thank you. A little thank you card. This one's colored with Stampin' Blends. So that one's fun. Oh, and then here is a birthday card. No chicks at all on this card. I just used the confetti. And I might have went a little crazy with my enamel dots. This paper is from the Playing with Patterns also. It's a great paper. And then there's some enamel dots that are meant to match it. So that was fun. And then here's the birthday. No chicks on this one. And then we've got this one. And this one's got the original. Back to the original that started it all. Hey Chick set with the Have a Happy Day. But I incorporated the new die that goes with it. So we're going to make this one together because I want to show you how to achieve these little spots with your blends, your Stampin' Blends. Okay, so let's do that. And I need these. Maybe I'll do a sign that says, oh no, I like the Happy Day. I was going to change it to Hey Chick, but okay. Alright, so what I've got here is Poppy Parade, and I really like that. It's kind of got a slightly orange to it, red. So that's Poppy Parade card base. And then this paper, this black and white, it's not quite dots, it's little tiny diamonds. That is from, let me show you that paper because it's really great. It's called True Love Designer Series paper. And it's got black patterns, so you're going to use those little diamonds and these stripes like crazy, and just fun patterns. But then on the other side are florals like this, and I used those on a card, and what I did was I cut them all out and I colored them in fun colors. So this is a great paper for coloring, and then if you're tired of coloring, you know, you go to the back and you use those patterns. And you can even change this. It doesn't have to be a black and white pattern. You can even sponge a color over this and make it a black and calypso coral pattern, or some kind of, you know, lighter color, or whatever you want, whatever you need. Okay, so that I just cut 2 inches wide by 5 1/4. And then I cut out a little sign in the black. And then I've got 2 pieces of Whisper White. One is 3 by 4 and the other one is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay, and let me move this. I'm going to use Stampin' Blends, and so that means I need to stamp in Memento ink because you need a non-alcohol based ink, so you can't use StazOn, for example, because then what happens, blends are meant to blend. You blend your colors, and so you don't want to blend out the black. And then you'll have a muddy image. Okay, now you can do 2 different things here. For this one, I didn't do it. I just did it freehand, and I just put the chickens on top of each other. If you're worried about that, you can get out your Stamparatus and you can practice. So that's kind of a nice, I'm going to show you it because I don't often use it. I just kind of am more of a speedy stamper. Now when you're using a red rubber stamp, you don't need this foam because it has built-in foam. This is for when you're using one of the photopolymer stamps. So let's put that down. Now, oops, this is my smaller one. No. Alright, so I want it to, I'm going to put it within these parameters here, and sometimes you can go tight in the corner. If I was going to make a bunch of something, I might do that, but sometimes if you put something in the corner, when you, because it's so close to the hinge, it doesn't always make good contact with the cardstock. So I'm just doing this to kind of test where it's going to be. So I'm going to grab this pen, and I know that I want my chickens to fall in here. And so this is my bottom chicken. So I'm going to kind of put him down like so. go. All right, I'm going to ink it up. I don't care how good I do it because this is a test. This is my test chicken. I'm going to see where he lands. Okay, so now we're going to do the other chicken, and you can take it off of your plate, but I would leave it because then you know where it is. How are you going to match that up again, right? And then this one I want to stand on his back. So, you know, you don't, because you know, you've got a space around, maybe you find it hard to eyeball. I thought it was pretty okay to not worry about it, but in case you're worried about it, grab the Stamparatus. Okay, so I put it down where I think I want it. I'm picking it up with the plate, and I'm going to get some ink on it. And again, I'm not worried about how much ink I'm getting on it because this is my test. Okay, so I like where he landed. So now I'm going to go ahead and do it for real. So I'm going to put my 3x4 inch piece in here. And I'm going to use the magnet to stick it down. I got to do it in a place that's not going to touch the chicken. So let's see. Top corner. Okay, I've got it straight. Now it doesn't matter which chicken I do first anymore because I can do either one. So I'm inking it up. I don't know if you can see it because it's off camera, but I'm just inking up this little chicken. Okay, I got a good image. Now I'm going to ink up this second chicken. All right. I will clean those later. And then on my sign, I wanted to use this little black because I liked it with the red and the black pattern paper behind. So I want to stamp the "Have a Good Day" and emboss that in white. So I'm gonna grab my Versamark. And I'm gonna hope that I got that centered. You can do that as a practice on your Stamparatus too, but I eyeballed it. And I did a good job. Yay. So I'm flicking off the excess. And I will heat this up. Okay, so now let's color our little chicks. Okay, so for the top chick, I'm using crumb cake, and then I've got a little bit of Pool Party for his, what do you call that? A little crown thing at the top of their head. I don't know what it's called. And the little jowly things on their cheeks. So for this one, it's such a small area that I don't know that you need a light and a dark, especially on the little jowly area. So I might just go dark on that. And then I used pumpkin pie. I'm using my light pumpkin pie for their little beaks. Okay, now for the top one here, I'm going to use the crumb cake, and there's a couple different ways I'm going to use it. I'm going to use the dark, and for the dark, just to give them more of a rounded look, I'm going to go ahead and add the dark to like the shadowy area of the underbelly. And I'm going to also kind of do some of these feathers throughout and kind of under this little top face area. Okay, and then I'm going to add the light. I'm not doing the whole thing, I'm just kind of leaving some white space. So underside is kind of dark and I'm putting a lot on there. But then the rest, I'm just kind of being more random because I want some of that white to show. It's just giving him a little bit of color.
And then some here around the wing.
So I'm leaving a lot of white, and then to blend out this harsh line next to his face, I'm going to use my color lifter. And for that, I'm just going to, it kind of helps give a fuzzed area. I'm just going to go right up on that line and add a little bit. And it takes a minute to start to fuzz out a little bit. And that way I feel like the chicken can still stay mostly white, but have a little bit of color and not be super dark, because I didn't really want him to be very brown. Okay, now let's move on. Oh, I forgot the beak on that one. Okay. Okay, so for the bottom one, I'm using Mango Melody. And I'm going to use, now my dark, I've been using it like crazy because I did it with a ton of chickens, and I don't know, I just used it a lot with that. Remember that lion from a little Bonanza Buddies lion? There was a real cute one. Anyway, I used it a lot at card buffet and stuff. So I'm kind of going to have to get a new dark soon, I think. So I'm adding dark again to the underbelly, kind of underneath the wing. Kind of on the speckles. And then I'm going to use the light, kind of blend out the harsh lines. Okay, so now that way it gives a little definition, so you've got darkness around the edges, like so. And then for some fun, this is a stamp. This image, actually, the way they did this was in a catalog back in 2017, and I thought, how did they do that? So I wanted to make it and play around with it. And so I've got the color lifter again. So this is kind of a fun little tool because it fuzzes things out. It also kind of helps you, like, for example, I outlined this chicken here in Coastal Cabana, or Pool Party, and then I fuzzed it out with the color lifter. So it's just a fun little tool. So now we're going to use it to make these spots on the chicken. So we're going to go over the little areas that we want to kind of turn white again. And you're not going to see the effect right away, but you will start to see it. It's almost like you're adding a little bit of bleach on top of that mango. Let me try the bigger side. And those will start to get even lighter as time goes by. So it's just a fun little way to add some speckles to your chicken, like this one I did an hour ago, so it's a little whiter. And then we're going to kind of use the color lifter again down here on the ground. So for that, I just grabbed gray granite, and I took the dark gray granite, and I just kind of made some ground. And I even made little dots. It's kind of like it's pecking at some gravel or some seeds or something. And then with the light gray granite, I just kind of smeared it out a little bit. But then, if you take your color lifter, you can kind of fuzz it out even more. And it just fuzzes out those lines. So there is our coloring. Now for the sign, I wanted to poke it kind of inside the arm a little bit. So I took an X-Acto knife and I cut a little slit in the arm of my chicken. Help it go in there. It doesn't want to go in. There we go. And then I will stick a little dimensional underneath. There we go. And now I'm just going to layer that right on top of its little matte piece. You can see they're really starting to turn white now. Okay, there's our little Have a Happy Day chick card. I hope you like it. I know it's not, it's right out of the catalog, but I wanted to show you the old catalog, so don't go looking in the current catalog. It's from the 2017 Celebration catalog, but I wanted to show you how to remove color in these little spaces and kind of fuzz out your edges. Now the inside, I'm just going to put a piece of white, and it'll give me a spot to write a little note to a friend. There you go. So head over to my blog, Beth's Paper Cuts, if you want to see these cards again. and you'll get to see stills of them so you can kind of get the details of the corn and the different, this one's colored pencil also, the different coloring techniques and all the different layouts. I have a PDF available for a couple of them. Oh, I had another one, another Chicky card, and I don't see it. I think I posted it on my blog a couple days ago because it was using a punched background. And anyway, so I'll put that on the blog post as well. And I hope you like these little chicks. I think they're super cute. And I love that, you know, this birthday is such a great die. Where did it go? Here we go. And I like these little eggs. Really sweet. Cutest collection of dies ever, right? All right, if you have any questions, let me know. And also, Celebration is going on just for another like week or so because it only runs till the end of February. You get a free item from the special Celebration offering with every $50 that you spend. And there's papers to choose from and stamp sets. There's even a stamp and paper pack bundle that is free with a $100 purchase. So take a look at the Celebration offerings. If you have any questions at all, let me know. Thanks for watching. Bye.